That's crazy. It shows 2 people in the chat, but it says 0 people watching. But anywho, okay, let me mute this right here. Pull up my screen. Okay. Hold on, my screen just went blank. Okay. Brother Corey Sly, honor to you. Ray Ray Gaming, honor to you. Feathered Sun, honor to you. Donald McCord, honor to you. Before we start, let me state my disclaimer. I am full colon Darkman X hyphen TV. I am an Ahuak American, which you call an Arawak American, from the American island of Zamaka, what they call in corporate paper, Jamaica. I am an sovereign state of being. Um, all rights and liberties reserved. This platform does not advocate for any form of terroristic activities or any form of hate speech towards anyone. This platform is for educational purposes and for also entertainment purposes also as well. This platform is for original Americans, American origines, to come and receive information that they can use, research, information on history, social events, economics, whatever it is for them to be able to use. With that being said, I say peace, love, light to you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, I'm just letting you guys know that I will be going live in a few hours, actually, around 8:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to be doing the other part of the whole fraternity sorority breakdown. This time around, I'm not gonna come off like I'm attacking um these organizations, right? Because I watched the other video the other day, and it kind of seemed like that's what it was. So, like I said, some people join certain things and they're taught one way, and they're not taught another way to look at what it is that they join. Some folks join certain things and know exactly what they're joining, and then you have the sheeps, the lamb, right? Who is shepherd into a flock, not knowing what it is that they're shepherd into, and then by the time they realize what it is that they're shepherd into, it's too late for them. They're stuck, can't go anywhere, right? So I just wanted to do this live here, just to let everyone know that I will be going live on D Live around 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time today. I'm going to put the link to the D Live. Let me get the link in the chat for those who are not following on D Live. Um, and there's one more thing I wanted to cover. Let me get the link first. Get this link for you guys. Okay. Um, here we go. Okay, so there goes the link. That's the link to the D Live. So if you're not following me on D Live, just click that link, sign up for D Live, and follow on D Live, and you'll be a part of the live that's going to happen in a few hours from now. Like I said, I just wanted to thank everyone, all the new subscribers, all all the new followers on D Live on the and also on the YouTube. Even though I'm trying to, I'm trying to get everyone to come over to the D Live, but I understand and realize that Wi-Fi's are being tampered with. Certain things is happening towards certain folks is on transition to switch over because I'm hearing it. Like people are telling me that the difficulties that they're having, but once you contact the health department of D Live, they'll work it out for you and they'll make your transition smooth to transition over towards the D Live. But I just wanted to thank everyone that supports the platform. Everyone that shares the information from the platform, everyone that's subscribed to the platform and following on the platform on the D Live on the YouTube. To everyone that has supported even the Teespring store, everyone that has signed up also for the Discord as well, everyone that participates in the Discord. I just wanted to give a thank you to you all, because it's as y'all can see, it's times where it's very difficult, but we keep going because the information is important for our people to receive, right? So we got to keep going if we want to help try to free up the minds of our young Americans, children. Help try to free up the minds of the next generation coming up. You know, we can't let nothing hold us down and nothing keep us back. You see what I'm saying? So no matter what the hard times or the difficulties that we face, we got to fight through because it's not just about us. It's about the babies out there coming up, right? It's not just about your baby alone. It's about your your sister's child, your brother's child. You know, it's about your friend's child. They all are going to interact in this world one way or the other, and they must learn of the elements that are put out there to try to stump their growth, right? So we keep moving, we keep pushing, right? So I just want to thank everyone, man, everyone that has come on this platform that has showed some support to the platform, whether it be the D Live, the YouTube channel, just having your presence felt, just participating in the chat, those who watch the streams, share the streams, even those who hit the like or even the dislike button. You know what I mean? We all don't have to agree on everything. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't make us can't see eye to eye on some things, don't make us enemies or anything like that. That's life. Everyone is not going to agree on everything, you know. So yeah. But I will be doing another segment this time. This time I'm going to call it Down in the Delta, so that people can really understand what Delta really is, right? And again, like we break these things down because we're taking it back to their origin, right? We're taking it back to their origin. So when we break these things down, it's to go back to the origin, and so that people can have a proper understanding of what these things are. Because again, folks join certain things. There's a good side and there's a bad side to everything. Duality in this world, right? And what's advertised to you is the good side. The good side is advertised to you: the charity work, the um the accolades that you can achieve while joining the accolades that you can achieve while joining these organizations, because that's what they are. They're organizations. They are subsidiaries of the World Corporation, which is called the United States. They are branches of that. And this is why it is called a delta, Because if you understand what a delta is, especially Delta River, it is a channel of multiple rivers that connects, that flows out back into the ocean. Okay? It connects all over the world. That is a delta. So you have many different aspects of these organizations that is that are called that they call, they say incorporated because it is a corporation. These people are groomed, whether they know it or not, are groomed to be the custodians of your estates. They are groomed to be the custodians of your estate. They are groomed to be your overseers. Also, they are groomed to keep you locked into a corporate structured system that you have the free will to come up out of. Okay? This is why they're incorporated, because they're built and trained. Even though in their slogan they're saying doing good for man or for all mankind. Well, I'm not a kind of a man. I come from the source. I come from the most high. I come from the creator. I is I. That is who I. So this mankind thing, this kind of a man, that is not I. Okay? Can't speak for anybody else, but I can speak for me, right? So, when they're and when in their slogans they're saying that they're here to do good for all mankind, that's it's the total opposite, right? It's the total opposite, because even a bad guy does good. A bad guy have to do good. You can't have and show a bad face all your life to everybody, right? Even you watch those mob movies where you see them look out for the neighborhood kid. They have the charity centers and stuff. It's the mafia. They have these things going, but when the street lights come on, it's a totally different story, right? This is these organizations. So I'm going to show you that it's not that they're doing good for mankind. Is that they are what the upper elite societies that started these organizations, that sent their agents to start these organizations. Okay, what they did was they used these organizations to pick what they consider to be the best of the best minds of our people. Okay, that's what they use these organizations for. Then they put them through the I call it the MK Ultra process, right? That monarch program, the butterfly effect, consistently over and over and over again. And they're being broken and not even knowing that they're being broken. They're being programmed and don't even know that they're being programmed. And again, these are the folks that when they graduate from college, they're brought out into the bigger portion of society, into the world. That is like the delta. When the water flows down the delta, how they talk about the Nile River and it opens up like a lotus, or even the Mississippi River even opens up like a lotus also as well. Many rivers opens up like a lotus, and that's when they're going into the ocean. Well, when they graduate, they're going into the whole of society. These people branch out. They're either here in the Americas or they go overseas, and they control the political structure. They control the banking structure, which is the economical structure, the 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 um the social structure of our society. And if you, whom are not a part of these organizations, right, is making a come up, and you are being recognized and known, and you are pulling in a substantial amount of income and your business is being successful, they send one of these folks from these chapters to be your overseer, unknown to you. This person comes as if they're your friend. They're not your friend. They're coming to keep an eye on you. Then next minute you know this person is giving you this type of advice, that type of advice, and that's what you. And then they're telling you, no, I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that. And then next minute you know you're following every single word that they're saying, and now you have a handler. They become your handler, and they go back and they report everything back to their overlords. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a self Caligula is all. I was shocked that Caligula is on you, that YouTube has that, and they have the nerve to demonetize, or they have the nerve to cut people YouTube's channel and disconnect people's YouTube channels. And they have porn. They have porn, and they have thousands of um pedophile teaching materials to teach your children how to be pedophiles, and pedophilic Asian cartoons on YouTube, ancestral cartoons on YouTube. Okay. But yeah, these organizations, man, like if if it was if they weren't so corrupt, the amount of good and the amount of great accomplishments that could have happened worldwide, the amount of hunger that could have been solved, right? The amount of places that are not striving that could have been built up on a righteous level, on an honorable level. But that's not the case. That isn't the case. When you get to the core of it, that's not the case. These are occults. That's what they are. And then what I realized and noticed with these supposed black sororities, because pay attention, right? These sororities in these colleges were Caucasian sororities and fraternities, right? And then you had a Negro that fought to be a part of the Caucasian fraternity and sorority, and then created then got the permission to create their chapters, which they will call, oh, this is the all black chapter of so on and so. No, it's not, because you still have an overseer, which is pale of you, that puts you in that position so that you could be able to recruit your brothers and your sisters to have them be a part of the monarch programming. This is why I say when you see Negro officers discriminate against Negro men and women out there, you check their educational background. You check if they pledged into any of these societies. And you're going to see that the folks within these societies, when they come up into a high ranking profile, 9 times out of 10 now in today's society, they're marrying. That's why you always see when you're always saying, oh damn, why is he married to a Caucasian woman? Why is she married to a Caucasian man? Because of that pledge, that oath that they took. It teaches them to go against their self, to go against who they are. They could, I don't care if they coming out with braids now in their hair. At the end of the day, in the long run, even the one that has the biggest braid in their hair, you turn around and look, they're married to the opposite species. They're dating the opposite species, but want to push the pro-black, right? For those who are part of the pro-black community narrative on you. Those who are part of the Aborigine community want to push the Aborigine talk on you, and they're not even with Aborigines, right? They're promoting genetic genocide. right? And then they teach their children to still continue dating outside of the species. So that whole when they come and they say, "Oh well, we're pro this and we're pro black. Oh, we're pro Aborigine," and I see that you're still playing a role in that part of that society, then no, you're not. You're an overseer sent. You know how many? Like I said, this is why I stay away from other platforms and I just stay on my platform and do my thing. And even when I stay on my side and do my thing, you still see um folks who I've made it clear that I don't deal with, I don't want nothing to do with, still pop up and still try to push their self up over here. Why? Because they're overseers. That's why. Okay. When you're seeing when you see 45 years go by in Dallas, 45 years go by and only one conviction of a police officer in a wrongful death case. And it wasn't even that much time, I believe, that officer got. Then you see another one coming up with the Amber Geiger case that came up now, right? And she was supposed to have gotten the book thrown at her because that was straight outright cold blooded murder. Once you open that door, you realize that's not your apartment. Then they said that in front of the apartment, in Bathroom Jean's apartment, in front of his apartment door, there was a red rug, a red mat, and hers don't have a red mat, or hers have a red mat and his didn't. Once you see that there's a difference right there before you even open your door, you should question yourself like, wait, is this my door? Hmm? And then you look at the door and you'll see the apartment number on the door. I'm just saying. And then when she went in there, she was giving him verbal commands. So that means she was very much so awake and her adrenaline kicked in. And once that adrenaline kicked in, she's very alert to what's going on. So she murdered him. If the whole thing ain't fake and a false flag thing, because it's a lot of pledges that has a hand in this case. That's what I noticed. And when there's a lot of pledges that has a hand in something, usually it's not real. It's false flag. It's fake as shit. And put out there as a psyops. Okay. Well, to Miss Nia, she says Miss Nia says, but if she was getting on an elevator to her apartment when she pressed the correct button for, how could she have? Like I said, I've worked overnight shifts, late shifts, double shifts, and at times when I used to live at, when I came home, when I thought I pressed my floor, I pressed the opposite floor. And I did literally go to what I thought was my apartment was the apartment above my apartment. And times I went try to open the door, and I'm like, "Yo, what happened?" I thought the locks was changed at one point. Then when it hit me, and I started paying it, like when the tiredness started wearing off, because that's when that, like I said, that adrenaline it kicks in it. Because now when you start getting upset, I'm like, "Yo, what the?" Then my eyes opened real wide, and I looked, and I said, "Oh shit." This is the neighbor's apartment upstairs from me. And I quietly back away and go downstairs. And it's a few times where that happened. And like I said before in a previous live, where the neighbor opened the door and she allowed me to come in and just and rest up until I got enough rest to go downstairs and go sleep. But like not everybody has neighbors like that. You know what I mean? But it happened a few times. It happened a few times to me. But one time her door was open. She didn't even have a lock. And when I opened it, it was like she was expecting me to come do that shit. When I opened it, it hit me before I even passed the threshold. Oh, wait, my couches are black. These couches right here are a creamish looking color. This is not my apartment. You know what I mean? So it happens. Don't get me wrong, it happens. That's why when I first started hearing the story, I was like, oh, but then when I heard that she was given verbal commands and she shot him, that's murder. She already knew once the door opens, you know that it's not your apartment no more. You see what I'm saying? Once that door opens, before you even pass that threshold, you already know what it is, that it's not your apartment. So she murdered him. So when you see cases like that where the judge is hugging the person, the court officers brushing the person's hair, again, they're incorporated. They're taught to look out for they are the corporation. These college sororities and fraternities, they are the corporation. So their job is to defend and protect the corporation. Their job is to um duplicate the corporation within intercourse within the corporate society. That means they date their own. They're not going to date outside of the society, and if they're caught dating outside of the society, their fraternity brother or their sorority sister will make sure that they leave you, who's not a part of the society, to go date or marry someone within the society, because both those parents are going to have an understanding of teaching their children the ways of the society. Okay, couple hot step, honor, brother. So this is what's happening. While you, the person that's outside of their society, like I said, when the colleges pick these people, and when these people go to be a part of these fraternities and sororities, to those societies, they're getting the best minds. This is why their GPA has to be at a certain level. They have to have some form of high IQ in some form of field that they're looking to go into. Okay, this is why. So they're literally recruiting what they think are the best minds, because the smartest people to them, if they can brainwash and manipulate the smart minds, then those smart minds are going to oppress those who are not a part of those societies subconsciously. And that's what you see going on. Cherokee Tulu, honor, sister, honor. Right? You're seeing going on here. So it's like how we have to start giving even the information to, because they're watching, right? So we don't want to come off attacking, because we gotta start understanding that this is a battle of wits, a battle of the minds, a battle of breaking chains off of minds that has been enslaved. Okay. Another thing is, those who are cold-heartedly corrupt within these organizations, they willingly go out there to keep you enslaved and to oppress you, because if they don't do that, they can't live the lifestyle that they are living now. Okay, so their fancy lifestyle comes off of your oppression. All right, so if you say, you know what, damn, you learned that, damn, you've been, from ever since as a baby, you were signed over into the system, and now you realize what's been going on. You don't want to be a part of it no more. You want to come up out of it. You're going to have those who realize, damn, if you come up out of it, then we can't get no tax money out of you. We can't tax you for this. We can't write you a ticket for your automobile. We can't do this. Oh, we can't slap this form of insurance fees on you, this form of tax evasion fee on you, this form of mortgages on you, so on and so, that you're going to be in control of your account for your, can't have that, because they can no longer rape you. They can no longer force their performance of oppression upon you. So they're going to do anything and everything they can to keep you locked back within the corporate structure, because now that you realize what's going on and you want to get up out of it, you're going to want to be able to acquire land so you could grow your own food. You don't want to go no more to their supermarkets, because you realize that they're poisoning the food in the supermarkets. Now these folks who are in control of the accounts of the supermarkets, they're not going to be able to pull in the six figures a year that how they're used to be used to pulling it. Now they're going to also have to be able to go and learn how to survive on their own, how to go farm their land, how to learn what they need to cure their cells of this ailment and that ailment. They're not going to want to do that. So they're going to want to keep you oppressed so that them and their brothers and sisters can eat off of you, off of your oppression. They're going to want to be able to, when they want to put your house in foreclosure and take your shit from you, even though that's illegal. These are the things that they're going to want to do. They're going to want to be able to put your sons and daughters behind bars in prison, because when they're in prison, when they're behind bars, when they even show up to the courtroom, they tap into your sons and daughters' minor account, that social security account, and they take out money out of it to feed their pockets. When your sons and daughters is in prison, that minor account is getting raped. This is what this is about. But when you sit here and you try to tell some of these pro-black folks out there this is what's really going on, it's some of the most hard-headed people to talk to. You can't really have a conversation with some of them because they always want to go back and tell you about some master teacher that was doing this for 60 years and still got nowhere. But that master teacher would tell you that you're a young black boy, you're a young black girl, you're African American, but that master teacher on their paperwork, their documentation, they're not marked as black nor African American. And you can point at that simple fact to these people within the community, and the brainwashing is so deep that they'll look at you like, what are you talking about? So what? What does that mean? That don't mean nothing. It means a lot. It means everything. It shows up your teacher for who they are. It means everything. This world runs on nationality. This world runs on sovereignty. One who is in charge of oneself and one's estate. Okay? One who can govern oneself and one's estate. The estate being um the land in which the creator passed down to your ancestors, whom passed it down to you. So anything and anyone that is foreign to you that comes here claiming to underneath the identity of what you are, they are foreigners, they are imposters. So when your master teachers is telling you identify as this, that has nothing to do with the land, nothing to do with your ancestors, your master teachers are tricking you to stay enslaved back into this corporate system because your master teacher is a pledge. Now, some people say, well, my master teacher, he never went to college. He was self-taught. But then you see pictures of him rocking a fez, right? You see pictures of him rocking that fez, that Shriner's fez. So you don't have to go to college to be a part of it. Like I said, these people, they come for you. They come to you when they see that you're achieving great things. A lot of your master teachers will tell you, well, when I was a young man, when I was a teenager, I was taken underneath the wing of so and so, and they were an apprentice. You know what an apprentice is? They were a Masonic apprentice. That's what it is. They were in their apprenticeship stage. That's when they come at you from you're a teenager. Then when you become, I think around 18, 19 of age, then now they bring you into the fold, and then you could go to your first degree and or your fellow craft or whatever they want to call it right now. Okay? Then your first degree, second degree, so on and so. Third degree, you become a traveling man. Right? So these organizations, they look out for each other. So if you say you're at a job, you got a job, you didn't go to college, you graduated high school, right? Or you got your GED, right? And so, and I know people who are smarter than folks that went to college that has GED. Okay, and they reason why they couldn't go to college because either they had a child that they had to take care of, or when you live in the hood, things happen and opportunities that you just don't work out. But you have the brain smarter than damn near any college student out there. Okay, But anyway, so you're there at the job. You've worked hard at the job. To promotion is coming up. You've been there for 10 years working. Then out of nowhere, this newbie from college just comes and he gets the promotion above you. You know why he got the promotion? It wasn't that you weren't qualified. It wasn't that you didn't know the field of which you're working in. It's the fact that this person is either a fraternal or a sorority sister or brother. That's it. They could come and tell you, no, well, this person has this degree in this and that degree in that, but you've been working there for over 10 years. You've acquired the same skills that he went to college to go learn. You've already learned it on the job because you already had the on-field training. This person didn't have the on-field training. You already had the on-field training. So you're more valuable than than what we call a greenhorn coming in. Okay? But yet still a greenhorn gets the job before the promotion before you do. This is why. Because the corporation is taught to look out for the corporation. Those who are not a part of the corporation, you are deemed as an outsider. Thus, your growth will always get stagnated by them, unless you allow them to be your handler, your overseer. Some people come and say, nah, that's not true. You're lying. It is true. It is true. Anyway, y'all, like I said, around 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm going to be going live on the D Live. Here's the link to the D Live. And we're going to do the part called Down in the Delta on D Live. I was going to do it on here, but nah. I'm going to do it on the D Live. I ain't doing it on here. All right. So if you haven't signed up for the D Live, there goes a link. If you sign up for the D Live and follow me on D Live, if you have a mobile device, you could download the app on your mobile device, and you could also you could also go on the website. My mind just went blank just now. You can also go on the website as well. Okay. So, we're going to show the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So we're going to call it Down in the Delta. And the reason being why we're going to call it Down in the Delta and refer it to the Delta, because it's also going to go into the color structure and pattern of why they pick the colors that they pick. And they also, well, they probably don't even know. Some of them probably don't even know, because, like I said, this is coming down from their overlords that has been around for centuries. Okay. So if you want a pawn, you're not going to give the pawn all the jewels. You're going to give the pawn a couple gems and leave the pawn in, thinking that the pawn knows everything, right? And then you, as an outsider, oh, he's just speculating. But no, remember this: what runs this world? What this world is built upon? It's built upon um the spiritual and the physical. Okay, the spiritual and the physical. All right. And this is what these organizations are supposed to be about: the spiritual and the physical. Okay. So give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I had to send a message real quick, but this is what we have to understand. Like the colors originally come from nature. This is where the colors originally come from. The colors originally comes from nature. Like I said, our first teacher as why does it keep stop playing? Our first teacher, when the creator put us here on create us manifested us here. on what we call Mother Earth, right? Or some people say, no, this is Mu, or whatever, however they want to call it. I say Mother Earth. What we call Mother Earth, right here. The animals were our first teachers because, again, like I said, the animals knew what to eat and what not to eat. Okay. Now, where we got our sense of color matching from, we looked at the animals, right? Like you could look at the macaw parrot, and you see the macaw parrot will be um red, kind of yellow, orange type colors to it. And this is where we start getting our color scheme, our color patterns from. Okay. You see certain when people start wearing certain tuxedo suits and how they match the color pattern. Color patterns come from the animals, the nature, the flowers. You want to go out there, you want to look fly and learn how to match colors, just look at nature. See what colors really go together in nature. All right. This is a part of the science. This is a part of the science of how the world runs. Right. But yeah, man, like it's just it's just that we gotta we gotta know what we're joining before we join these things. Don't let people just push. Oh, well, and if you join, this is what's awaiting you. All these acolytes right here, and we've achieved so and so and so because it's rigged. The whole thing is rigged. It is what is called oh, damn it. What's the word? What's the word? It's like all right. You have the judge, you have the defense attorney, and you have the prosecutor. They all come from the same bar association. They've done sat down and decide what decision is going to be made on your case before your trial date even comes up. Okay. I forgot the word slipped my mouth, but they're all in association with each other. All right. So when accolades are being given out, when achievements are being made, it's the same organizations. Even if it's different chapters, they come from the same organization. So they could give it and they could take it away from you if they so choose. They can use their mainstream media to make you look like the most popular person in the world, and then they can use their mainstream media to F you up. Okay. You've seen them do it to their own that don't want to play ball. They've done it many times to their own. What I don't get about the Negro chapters is like you could do this. Like, let me show you something. Let's do this. Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all something. That's not it. Oh, come on. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Watch this. Right. Just to show y'all something real quick. So that y'all will see, like, at some point, people gotta wake up. And I said this already, and I'm gonna say it again. When I do this, when I type in when you type in sororities, the majority of what starts coming up that's on the front line showing is it will be the Negro sororities. Right? Look, black sorority can't eh, sorority parties. They shoot a biracial girl here, or she's trying to look Negro. It's Delta Sigma. You don't. They don't show the Caucasian ones more like how they show yours, right? Look, they show you. They show you up always. You're always front stage, and why are they always in the private, right? Now my search list, like how you see it here, it went like this because I clicked on this link earlier today, so they changed it up. This is Big Brother for you. They knew what I was about to do. Like, let me go to my search history to show you guys. Where's my search history? Right. History. So when I was typing in sororities and fraternities today, it was coming up all Negro, right? Then I clicked on this right here. Then when I clicked on this, that's when they started throwing in the Caucasian ones in the mix just now. When I retyped it back in again, it's just saw it starting to pop up, right? So they try to mix it up. Now if I see the first ones that pop up, and look, this is from and just show you how they track your shit too. Cause remember, this is the video that I was showing you guys the other day. And look, I just typed Delta in the search bar, and this is what come up. The first thing they track your shit so much. That's a song. Yeah, they're mixing it up now. Anyway, I see again more Negro. There you go again. More Negro. More Negro. Can't make this stuff up. They push your face so much up front, up there. That's a group. That's a group. Music group. Music group. Okay, this is a Caucasian one. Come back. More Negro. That's a music video. It's an artist. That's for the airline. But when y'all go through the search engine yourselves, y'all will see it. Right, you guys will see it for yourselves. But it's sad, right? Because they put you on the front page. They always put you on the front page, more than all the others. The more secretive organizations will be the Caucasian organizations. Like you can't type in certain Caucasian organizations and see them showing as much as you show. You're not going to see that unless you're seeing someone going down into the history of the skull and you see someone going down deep into the history of the skull and bones, and you know what I mean. Like, yeah, and it has to be someone doing a straight up documentary from old books that they read and showing you pictures from old books and stuff. But like I said, man, look, this thing here, this thing here is no joke, and it's one massive brainwashing um program. Okay, and they go after your young ones from there in high school and junior high school. Like I heard, I heard my little cousin the other day. This is why I started looking at the they have what they call themselves, the dancing dolls, the that show called Dancing Dolls, and they say something DD4L, right? DD4L. Well, DD4L is the Grammidian, right? The Gamidian. That's what it is. The DD4L is the Gametian symbol. The four L's, which will be the four corners, which will also be the four. Hold on. Hey, cut it out. The four corners, which will also be the four sevens. The four sevens, which will also be four fours. DD4L. If you don't get it, the D is a fourth letter of the Greek alphabet. So DD, that's two fours plus the four, and the L is also will be counted as a four and a seven as well because it's four corners. The L is the corners. Okay, so that's your 400, what, 4,444, four fours. DD4L. And you're thinking that they're saying DD for life. They're really saying DD4. It's the number four that they're really saying. L. See what people do, they play with words, right? And if you look at the how they dress the sorority girls, how they do their hair straight and all that, and you look at how they do those young girls in those dance competitions, it's the same thing. And when you see how they dress them in the skimpy outfits, like I was watching a skit from Love and Hip Hop the other day with Chrissy, right? Chrissy on Jim Jones' wife, and I peeped something. I peeped there was a skit where she was wearing her pearls, right? The pearls going back to the Delta pearl. That's what it's also called, or the pearl of the Delta. It's also called that, right? But that's something else for another time. So she was wearing her pearls, then she was wearing her cream and army fatigue pants, right? And then there was another skit that came up where Yandy was wearing the same thing, but she was wearing a black top with her army fatigue pants. And then it took me back to the video that I played with those high school girls, right? And those college sorority girls, teaching them this dance routine that to me was too sexualized. And I realized that those young girls was wearing a black top with a military fatigue bottom, the same thing like Yandy and Chrissy was wearing. Okay. Wait, you're in trouble. What? I'm in trouble now. I'm bringing all of them in for free. Gotta go. What? What did I miss? So it's like yo, like what is going on here? You know, those young girls dancing like yeah, like I don't like to. You have even when they bring the babies out to participate in it, they have them dancing like it's very sexual. So when you break down when you start going into the origin of the kappa, right? It's a sexual origin, and they're pushing this on your young girls, and these young girls are whipping their hair, acting real prissy, just like how the ones in the colleges act. And this is where they start. This is where now they're starting the transformation from. They're going at your young babies, and you can see some of these mothers were a part of these organizations, so they don't mind, right? Some of these mothers don't mind. They'll sell their baby out there for a cheap ride to stardom or what they call success. Okay, so when you're hearing that, oh well, this may be a child sacrifice and so on and so, chances are it is. If you're hearing that the parents might be involved, chances are they're involved. Okay, like do they do charity work in the community? Yes, they do. Masons do a lot of charity work in the community. But like I said, it's like gangsters when the street lights go off. It's a different story. You have to give this image right here to the faces of the public because you don't want the public to catch on to what's going on in the dark. Okay. So when your young ones is gearing up to go to college, you have to keep them. You don't have to just educate them on certain things and have them look out for certain things to know what to look out for. Okay. I say, and it's not that I'm 100% against sororities and fraternities. I just say if it was being done righteously for all, for the world, for the betterment of the world on a honorable level, then I see a lot of great things that could be accomplished with it. But the thing is, it's more corrupted individuals in there than there are supposedly good individuals in there. And we see it play out every day on the mainstream media. We see it play out when you're just trying to walk down the street in your neighborhood and you're being harassed by one of their brothers or their sisters with a gun and a badge. We see it play out when they're foreclosing on your homes or when they're scamming you at all levels, all corners for every little thing. We see it play out. That is true, Lorenzo Duckworth. That is true. Since they are incorporated, and pay attention, because you know what, that slipped my mind, and I thank you for bringing that up. Since they are also incorporated, right, just like the Masonic chapters of 501c3s also as well. Since they are incorporated, every charity work that they do is a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off. And if folks understand about people who do charity work, sometimes you get back more off of a tax write-off from taxes than you actually put into the charity. And that's real. I learned that from an IRS agent. Like that's crazy. That totally slipped my mind. But like I said, I'm gonna put the link to the D Live. So we're gonna be going live today on doing the Down in the Delta Live on the D Live. Okay. So for those who are not following on D Live, those who don't have the D Live app on their mobile device, there goes a link to the D Live right there. You can follow me on D Live. Sign up for it if you're not following me on there. Sign up for it. Hit follow. Follow me on D Live around 8:30, 9 o'clock today Eastern time. I will be going live on the D Live, and we're going to be doing the Down in the Delta live on D Live. All right. Um. So yeah, and we're not gonna come off bash because see, it's good. It's for folks who have a platform. It's good to rewatch back your stuff to see where you can make corrections at, and you don't want to come off like you're always attacking people. Okay, on your platform, because especially if you're saying that it's for educational purposes, you don't want to come off vulgar and like angry all the time, like you know. So this is gonna be a education lesson on the D Live, right? And we're just gonna start it off heavy with straight facts and show proof or show you another version, another way how to look at things um with the D Live. Okay. Because I was gonna do the whole Caligula thing, but I'm not showing that filth on my stuff. I'm not gonna do it. For folks who want to see the Caligula, I'll put the link to it in the chat on the D Live, and you can go watch it, and then you can make the comparisons. But I watched about 50 minutes of Caligula, about an hour I watched, to be honest, and I ain't watched the rest of it. So I already got the gist of it within the first 15 minutes anyway. And like I said, Caligula is a straight up porn, a straight up porn, right? I think it's called the treaties, the Indian treaties written by Benjamin Franklin at Frederickson. I got to go back and look. I gotta go back and look. Sometimes I don't be like it's just I go through so much stuff. Sometimes I can't remember all, but I did mention it. Damn, that was on the D Live, right? They probably did take that video down now because after 7 days, cause they still ain't thing. They're telling me now that I got to be a partner. They tell me now that I got to be a partner. They allowed me to have certain features now on the D Live for being an affiliate, but as far as with the videos, now they're saying that I got to be a partner and stuff to have my videos stay up and for me to be able to repost up my videos when they're even taken down. So yeah, but it's no biggie for me. But what I'm gonna do is I'll I'll get back the book. I'll get back the book and I'll put back up the link to the book within the week, right? Because a lot of people have been asking me for it, but I don't want to hook up back my external hard drive back to this laptop. It's been acting funny. So what I'm gonna do is I'm definitely gonna I'll drop it back within the chat within the week and put it back up and give you the link. But I think it's called the Treaties of the Indian Treaties written by Benjamin Franklin. Right. But yeah. So again, just follow on the D Live, y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna see y'all there. Right. So that's the link again to the D Live. I have the link to the Discord, also the D Live and the Discord. The link to the Discord is here for folks who are seeking certain types of information and stuff. We have a lot of folks within the Discord that's very knowledgeable also, and for the ones who are going through the process, who could give some advice, whom have already got their stuff placed on the public record, those are the ones I would prefer to give advice if they're to anyone that's seeking advice within the Discord, for those who already have their info put on the public record. All right. Not anyone that doesn't have their stuff put on there. Otherwise, from that, you're just speculating. And since you haven't experienced it yourself, you are not qualified to give folks advice on what to put on the public record, or how to even go about putting stuff on the public record, or how to even go about doing certain documentations, because you have not done it yourself. So that's very dangerous. All right. But there's a couple people that I know for a fact that has already have their stuff out there that's in the D Live, that's in the Discord. So so yeah. But again, so I'm gonna see you guys in a couple hours. I thank you all for joining in on the live right now. And again, for those who are just yeah, I'll see y'all in a few hours. I'm gonna drop the link again in the chat for the D Live. And there we go right there. So if you haven't, again, if you are not following on D Live, that's the link to the D Live. Click on the link to the D Live, sign up for D Live, and follow on D Live. And when I go live, you will get the notification. If you're having issues on your mobile device with the connection, sometimes it does that. So all you have to do, instead of using the app on the mobile device, just go on the D Live website itself and log in through the website, and you'll be good. And you'll also be good, especially if you also have like a VPN on your mobile device, or on your laptop, or desktop, or whatever it is that you use. All right. But this live is going to be interesting. Okay, it's going to be very interesting, because like I said, I like to approach stuff even from nature's standpoint, because when I approach stuff from nature's standpoint, I find certain answers to certain things that you never thought you would find. when you approach it from nature's standpoint, right? Because how I came back into breaking down Kappa was from the the cockapoo, from the cockapoo parrot, and it was the way how they wrote cockapoo, because they also had cockapoo broken down in the Paleo Hebrew also as well, with the horseshoe symbol within it. Okay, so yeah, but like I said, and what folks is going to start learning is, you want to learn about these organizations. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in um the Maccabee. It's in the King James. It's in Bibles older than the King James. The older you go, the further back you go, you're going to start getting more of an understanding of these societies, of what of where they got their blueprint from, right? You're going to see where they got their blueprint from, and you're going to see where they corrupted it. You see what I'm saying? You're going to see where it became corrupt, and where these prophecies that was put down in the Bible, how why now you say, but this said so in the Bible a couple hundred years ago, and now it's coming through now today, and so on and so. You're going to see that it's the reason why. It's because the script has always been the same, but these organizations, they've been around for that long. They just went by different names. You see what I'm saying? Over the centuries, names changes, the name changes, but the foundation stayed the same, and they play society with the same script. The script didn't change. Okay. But all right, y'all. See y'all on the D Live. Again, there goes the link to the Discord here, the link to the D Live, all the links to the Teespring store. Everything is down here in the description box right here below the video. I will post everything in the comment section right here and pin it in the comment section for everyone else that's coming afterwards to watch this live right here. I'll post it in the comment section here. Okay. And yeah, so we have a couple things to go over, and we're gonna go over it. All right. So peace, you guys. If you're on the road, travel safe. Travel safe.